Hey guys, Cognitive Shanky here. Welcome back to another video. So in this video, I'll be talking about numeric data types and some operators which can be used over numeric data types. So today I'll be coding in the Python IDLE. So let's just open it. So yeah, in Python there are three numeric data types: integer, float, and the complex number. What is integer data type? Any whole number, either positive or negative, can be considered as an integer data type. Let's create some of the variable for it. X is equal to 5, and let's take one of the negative number as well. Y is equal to -7. Now floating data type. So any number, either positive or negative, that contains one or more decimal values are considered as a floating point number. So let's create variables for them as well. Z is equal to 6.25, L is equal to minus 3.0. Okay. Now last data type, that is a complex. So complex number are basically the numbers which have the real as well as imaginary part. So to create the imaginary part of a variable, we attach a j along with the number. So let's see a value complex number equal to 3 plus 2j. So in this value, 3 is the real part and 2 is the imaginary part of the number. So let's just print these values to check. Let's say x. So yeah, the value can be printed easily as we have stored the values in the variable. So now as we have created multiple variables, so if we want to check the data type of the variable, we have a function that is known as type function. So any of the variable or a value that is passed as a parameter to the type function will return the data type of the variable. So let's just check it, that x. So another one, y, z. So yeah, you can see that each of the different variable type will have a different return type. Like x and y were the integer values, so they have the integral data type as a type of the data type, and z has the floating data type, and complex numbers variable will have the complex data type. So coming to the type conversion or typecasting, sometimes we need to convert certain values into other data types. Let's say a floating number into the integer value, or to print the values along with a message, we need to convert the numeric values into the string data types. Thus, it is very important to understand the concept of type conversion. Any numeric data type can be converted into other data types except the complex number. Complex number can never be converted into any other numeric data types. So let's just take few of the example about it. Let's say I have z, that is an 6.25, that is a floating number. Here you can see it. So I want to convert it into the integral value. So let's say we take a variable m and we will store it, the conversion of z into it. So let's say int z. So here int is the function which converts any of the value passed to it into the integral format. We can pass the floating numbers, we can pass the integer literals to it. So let's just check it now. So let's print m. So as z is converted into the integer format and it is stored in the variable m, so m must contain only the value 6. So let's just check it. So yeah, you can see that yeah, m only stores the value 6, but let's now check the type of it. So as you can see that m is of the data type integer, as we converted the z into the integer format. Similarly, if we want to convert the value into the floating number, so we will be using the float function which converts the any value passed to it as a floating number. So let's just say that I have a string which stores the value 5.9. So you can see that yeah, 5.9 is printed, but let's store this value in some variable and just try to check the data type of it. So let's say b is equal to float 5.9 and now check. So yeah, you can see that the string values can also be converted into the floating values. Now let's try to convert a value into the complex number. So L complex and just pass any of the value. Let's say I'll passing the L to it, as L contains the minus 3.0. Now print L. So yeah, as you can see that 3 doesn't contain any of the imaginary parts, so 0j will be printed. To print value along with a message, so let's say I have a variable w is equal to 5.0 and I want to print it along with a message hello. So hello, and I want to print w. So here, as I have using the plus operator, so as the plus operator for the floating number is addition, but for the string value it is concatenation. So let's just check it. We might get an error. So yeah, we get an error that the operation can't be performed as floating and the string can't concatenate with each other. So how can we solve it? So as in my earlier video I talked about the str method. So str method basically what it does is it converts any of the value passed to it and returns us a value that is in the string format. So if the same operation can be performed in this way, so in this manner we won't be getting any error. So here you can see that yeah, along with the hello, the value of the floating value is also printed. Similarly, the same operation can be performed when we pass the print method the values in the different objects. Let's say print hello, and with a comma we separate the different objects. So in this manner also the operation can be performed. Now coming to the point of the operators. So So we have various operators which perform some certain operations on the numeric data types. So let's say we have 4 plus 5. So plus operator is used to sum two numbers. So similarly we have minus sign. 6. So we can see minus 1 is printed. Now multiplication operator, 5 multiplies 7, that is 35. And the major thing is the division operator. So the division operator in Python basically prints the values in the floating data type. So let's say I have 6 divided by 2. So it will give 3.0, which is a floating value. So what if I just need the integer value? So let's say a number which can't be completely divisible, let's say 7 by 2, and we can see that we have 3.5. So let's say I just only need the quotient value of this value, that is the 3. So we have to use the double slash for it. So double slash will return the integer value, that is the quotient 3. Now another interesting thing is if we want to get the decimal value only, not decimal value exactly, we can say that the remainder which is left after the division, whatever the remainder is, we can get that remainder by the modulo operator. So let's say 7 modulo 2. So 7 divided by 2, that is the 3 quotient, that is 2 into 3 is 6. So 1 will be remainder. So we can see that yeah, 1 is here. with the modulo operator, that is the percent symbol. Now if we have an expression, let's say 6 multiply 7, so if we have this expression, then we obviously have two of the possibilities, that is either 2 plus 6 will be added first and then multiplied with the 7, or the another thing is 6 and 7 are multiplied first and 2 will be added to it. So let's just check what happens. So here you can see that 44 is output, which means that yeah, Python also follows the priority rule, which is that multiply and division are performed earlier than the addition and subtraction. Similarly, if we want to add 2 and 6 first and then we want to multiply it with the 7, then we have to embrace it inside the brackets. So let's say 2 plus 6 and then multiplied with 7. So in this case we will be getting the output 56, as 2 and 6 will be added, that is sum up to 8, and 8 will be multiplied to 7 and the result is 56. Sometimes we need to use the power function. So what is power? Is exponentiation. So let's say I have to multiply 7 3 times. So we have 7 into 7 into 7, or we can say that we have the 7 to the power 3, so we will be getting the output 343. But this is the limited thing, that we have to only multiply 3 times. But what if we have to multiply it 10 times? So it's not convenient to write 7 into 7 into 7 up to 10 times. So in this way we use double asterisks to perform this operation. So let's say we have to get power 3, so you can see in both ways the result is same. Similarly, if I want to have the power up to the 10, so here you can see that double asterisk means the power. Another thing is the Python has the inbuilt function power, which is which takes two parameters a comma b, where a is the number and b is the exponentiation, means a will be raised up to the power b. So let's say the same operation 7 comma 10 and we will be getting the same output. So in these two ways we can perform the power function. Similarly, if we have two square root, so I have 2 and I want to get the, so yeah, 2 will be raised up to the power 1 by 2, that is 0.5. So this is the square root formula. So here I'll be getting 1.414 and this is the square root of the 2. Similarly, Python also have the sqrt function, which is the square root function, but unfortunately it is in the maths module, which I'll be teaching in the upcoming videos. So till now, this are few of the some simple operators which perform the operations on the numeric data types. So this is it, guys. I hope you like the video. Do like it, share among your friends, and do subscribe if you hadn't yet.